Alright guys, what's going on? I'm Tim Kelly. This is The Real Sports Talk. You can follow me on Twitter at CashKelly_TRST and like The Real Sports Talk at Facebook.com/The Real Sports Talk. Also check out Section215.com. Throughout this entire weekend, this past weekend I should say, I talked about a lot of happy things in the NBA. Even though the All-Star Weekend didn't live up to the hype, it was a happy event. The All-Star Game is a happy event, and as much as the dunk contest sucked, it's still a happy event the entire weekend, and it's about the experience. I also talked about Michael Jordan's 50th birthday. We've had discussions in the past few weeks talking about LeBron James and what he's done as of recent. And while the Lakers this season have been mired in just a really extremely disappointing season. It was a team that many thought was an NBA Finals contender, myself included, and they sit in 10th place in the Western Conference at the All-Star break. But today it's about more than that, because Dr. Jerry Buss, who is one of the better owners in sports history, he passed away today at the age of 80. Now, it's not like this just happened. Mo Buss had just been hospitalized. He had had cancer for a couple years now. And according to his assistant, this is from ESPN LA, according to his assistant, he died from kidney failure, which I would assume had to do with the cancer that he had. Dr. Jerry Buss, while he might not have been as outspoken as guys like George Steinbrenner, Jerry Jones, Mark Cuban, what he has done is he's been in a place since the 1980s, and you think about all the great Los Angeles Lakers teams since then. You go from the Magic and Kareem era. You look at the Shaq and Kobe era that was a dynasty. You look at what they had building up through the mid-2000s. They went through a rough stretch, but then they went out and got Pau Gasol, and they won 2 more titles like that. And then they were able to go out and get Dwight Howard and Steve Nash, and there's still kind of a wait-and-see type attitude about that entire team, although it doesn't look good. Jerry Buss has done some tremendous things with this Los Angeles Lakers team. In his time of owning the team, the Los Angeles Lakers have won 10 NBA titles, and you know that pretty much says it all, because people can say that while the Lakers always have a high payroll, Buss was always one of the people that was able to put down the money, and he was willing to do whatever it took to win, pay ridiculous amounts of luxury tax, which the Lakers do every year. And while some NBA fans view that as unfair, you know, the way I look at it is, the bottom line is Jerry Buss as an owner is doing his job, and I think he did a tremendous job as the owner. The NBA community will certainly miss him. As far as NBA players, NBA Commissioner David Stern, he reacted first. He said, "The NBA has lost a visionary owner whose influence on our league is incalculable and will be felt for decades to come. More importantly, we have lost a dear and valued friend." And Jerry Buss has... the one thing you gotta like about Jerry Buss is he was never over the top. He kind of stayed out of things, but did enough to help his team win. And that's one of the things that I look at Dr. Jerry Buss as. James Worthy said that, Big Game James Worthy, he said that condolences to the Buss family. Dr. Buss was not only one of the greatest sports owners, but a true friend and just really a cool guy. Loved him dearly. And James Worthy, again, with those 80s and 90s, I think early 90s Lakers. And it shows not the outreach that he had, that you can go from talking about guys like not only James Worthy and what David Stern said about him, because David Stern's been there pretty much as long as Dr. Jerry Buss has owned the team, unfortunately, in a lot of people's mind. And you not only see the reaction out of guys like that, but I'm sure Kobe Bryant's going to have a big statement to say. He hasn't said anything on Twitter, but I've heard from numerous Lakers reporters that he had been visiting Dr. Buss, as I think they believe that he was only going to live a few more days. So he had been visiting him. And then Magic Johnson, who normally I can't stand Magic Johnson's analysis, but he plays a big role into this, because he was really the beginning of the great success that Jerry Buss had, or one of the big pieces to it early on. And he tweeted about 5 things. I'm going to read those off. He said, "Wow, where do I begin? I was 19 when I first met Dr. Jerry Buss, and for 34 years he has been a father figure and a best friend. This is a great loss for Lakers Nation. First the legendary Chuck Hearn, and now my second dad, the beloved Dr. Jerry Buss. I love you, Dr. Buss. All Dr. Buss ever wanted to do was win, and that's what he did. Dr. Buss won 10 titles, 5 with me as a player and 5 with me as a partner. People forget that Magic Johnson actually owns a percentage of the Lakers, which sometimes shows in his analysis. He went on to say, Dr. Buss was a visionary and incredible businessman with a serious passion for numbers. I will always remember Dr. Buss's big smile, his love for the Lakers, for poker and billiards, and his love for the city of Los Angeles and for a beautiful woman. Thank you, at Jeannie Buss, who's his daughter, dating Phil Jackson currently. She will be taking over as owner. She says, thank you, Jeannie Buss, for keeping me up to date on Dr. Buss. You are like my sister. I love you, and I hope you run the Lakers like your dad. Dr. Buss's legacy will continue to live on through his incredible children. And that pretty much says it all. While the Lakers have had a very disappointing season, and really, even if the Lakers are able to turn it around enough to make the playoffs, it's probably going to be a first-round exit. So no matter what, this is going to be a disappointing season. The Lakers are probably going to lose Dwight Howard at the end of the season, in my mind, and who knows where they go from there. Kobe only has probably a couple years left, if that. He claims he's going to retire after one more year. I'll believe it when it happens. But I think that we're looking at not only the end of a great era for Lakers basketball, but the end of the life of one of the greatest and most influential owners in sports history, and that is Dr. Jerry Buss. As James Worthy said, condolences go to Jerry Buss, go to his entire family, one of the best owners in sports. We lost a truly great sports figure today. I'm Tim Kelly. This is The Real Sports Talk, and I'll see you guys later.